When life feels heavy, finding peace in uncertain times, a Mindful Whispers motivational spoken word story. There are days when life feels heavy, when even the air seems tired of carrying our sighs. When you wake up already weary and wonder if hope has forgotten your name, you smile through it because that's what strength looks like. But deep down, your soul is crying for rest. For peace that doesn't depend on circumstances, for stillness that makes sense of the noise. We've all had those days when the weight of what we carry is more than what we can explain. But sometimes, behind the silence of our struggle, God is quietly writing a different story. Take Maria, for example. She came to this city 5 years ago, an immigrant chasing the promise of better days. Back home, there are faces that depend on her. An aging mother, 2 little brothers who still call her their miracle. Each paycheck she earns isn't just hers. It's the bridge between their survival and despair. Maria works at a little corner cafe. It's not glamorous, but it's honest. She wakes before dawn, pulls on her faded apron, and whispers a prayer as she heads out. Lord, help me make it through today. The cafe hums with clinking cups, laughter, and conversations that never include her name. She clears tables with grace, refills cups with a practiced smile, and tucks away her own worries behind polite nods and kind words. Sometimes she hums hymns beneath her breath, the kind her mother used to sing while hanging laundry. And though she's tired, there's a gentle pride in knowing she's doing her best, holding the world together, one plate at a time. But life, as it often does, turns without warning. It's late one evening. The cafe is almost empty, the lights soft and golden. A man sits by the window, lost in thought. When the bill comes, he fumbles through his pockets, eyes wide with panic. His wallet is gone. He apologizes again and again. Maria smiles, tired but kind. "It's okay," she says softly, and without thinking twice, she takes out her tip money and covers the bill. It's just one act of kindness, one human heart helping another. But the next morning, kindness costs her everything. The manager calls her in. His voice is cold, his eyes already decided. "You know company policy," he says. "You're terminated immediately. No warning, no mercy." Just the sound of her world collapsing. She stands there frozen, the room spinning around her. The noise of dishes, laughter, and footsteps fade into a dull echo. All she hears is the shatter of her certainty. That evening, she sits in her small apartment. Bare walls, a flickering bulb, and the smell of cold coffee sitting untouched on the table. The rent notice hangs crookedly on the door. Bills are scattered across the counter like unspoken fears. Her phone buzzes with messages from home. Her mother asking about the money for medicine. Her brothers asking when school fees will come. Maria stares at the screen, but she can't bring herself to reply. "How do I tell them?" she whispers. "How do I pay the next rent? How do I sleep when everything I've worked for is falling apart?" Tears fall freely now, the kind that come from places too deep for words. And yet, in that silence, something sacred begins to stir. Because peace doesn't always arrive as rescue. Sometimes it arrives as remembrance, the quiet knowing that even when everything breaks, God is still near. In the stillness, Maria closes her eyes. "Lord," she prays, "I don't understand this, but I still trust you." And though nothing outside changes, something inside does. The weight doesn't disappear, but it no longer crushes her. She doesn't know it yet, but the same God who watched her weep in that tiny apartment is already arranging her next chapter. A chapter she couldn't write for herself, because faithfulness doesn't mean life will never hurt. It means that even when it does, grace still finds a way to rebuild what was lost. And like every story that begins in darkness, there's always a dawn waiting just beyond the night. There's a rainbow gathering quietly behind the clouds. And maybe, just maybe, this is not the end of Maria's story, but the beginning of her miracle. When Life Feels Heavy, Part 1. If this story touched your heart, take a deep breath and remember, you're not alone. We all walk through storms, but grace always has a way of finding us when we least expect it. So before you go, hit subscribe, share this with someone who needs hope today, and stay with us for the next reflection. After the storm, when grace finds you. Because even when everything feels broken, your story isn't over. A new chapter of peace is already on the way.